This sinkhole behind me ran through Shopping Center Avenue and just collapsed. The entire road is gone. This is a pretty normal sight for them, but what's extremely abnormal is what's going on right over here. If you look between the tree and the roof, that is the normal viewing area for this dam, but you can see it's not full of people. It's full of rocks, trucks, police officers, and those helicopters. They're landing right in that viewing area. They're picking up rocks, and they are just circling back and forth between this area and the emergency spillway, trying to make those repairs. Just closed it. It looks like we have one voter who did not make it. Sir, why did you wait so long? Doesn't want to answer that. This is part of what I meant when I said conditions are only getting worse. This car is covered in nearly 6 inches of snow, barely visible from the interstate. Based on the 10-year average, we should have about 5,000 of these salmon here, but that's not the case this year because we're at just over 1,800. That's not the case for the steelhead, though. Based on that same 10-year average, we're over 300. Before the weatherization, the air was coming through holes around these pipes, and it was actually so powerful it was causing the doors to open and close on their own. Tens of thousands of people who needed to evacuate are coming back home. Tell me what you're anticipating for their arrival. This is the most water to ever go through this project, and that acting director did say that is good news for those in Southern California who are still working to get out of that drought. This area right here was one of the more active areas of the fire when it first started. You can see right over here, firefighters are working. Bulldozers were just coming up this line, and behind me, the hillside is still on fire.
The fire is just getting started in this room right now. You can see the inversion layer is starting to lower a little bit.
And that water is putting pressure on this bridge. You can tell just when you walk in between the sinkholes, it feels hollow. This is a hose that would normally be used on a wildland fire. It takes water straight out of this truck, but there's only about 5 minutes worth of water in here. So when the water runs out, that's when they need to use this suction. Then they use a hose just like this one to get more water back in the truck. They can put it anywhere, like the Rogue River, a pool, or even a pond. This is one of 12 detention cells inside this sobering center. You can tell it's just barely bigger than my wingspan. When the snow started to stop in Ashland, rocks began falling up here on the summit. This massive rock slide closed I-5 in both directions. Sergeant Prue says sending a text while driving is the same thing as closing your eyes for 4 seconds. Tomorrow, these lists will be moving, and we will be here for the opening on snowy Mount Ashland. Genevieve Reaume, Newswatch 12.